Hi, I'm odeean. Today I'm having a look at Sci-Fi Revoltech Series 4 Baragon. Now it doesn't say Baragon anywhere on the box, at least in English, but this is Baragon anyway. Pretty normal Revoltech box, showing some of the features on the back. This big advertisement ribbon taped around, which is a bit annoying. I have to cut that off. Opens up. There he is. Let's get it open. Here's all the bits and pieces from the box without that little orange box that Revoltechs come with. But basically we get two trees. They're kind of decent trees for moulded hard plastic. We get a horse. He's on his own base. Give you a bit of a closer look at that. It's not a bad little horse, to be honest. It looks pretty good. It's actually made in more than one piece. In the moulding you can see the legs are glued on separately, so I'm happy with that. He can come off that base if you want and peg right into the base of the house. So this is some kind of woodland or farmhouse that just happens to be in the path of Baragon, and as he walks up he can put his hand on the roof here, and you'll see in doing so he has dented the roof and squished it in with his huge force. So that's also a cool little effect. House is pretty detailed and well painted, so that's nice. Now I have to admit I'm not a big fan of Baragon. I saw him in a movie and I just got the urge to buy him. I'd seen this figure lots of times and passed up on it because I didn't want to spend much money. It ended up being about $35 shipped. The reason I did it now is I changed my address and I wanted to test out my new PO box. So I thought this is a low risk way of doing that. And here he is. He's pretty good looking. Look at that detailing on the face. A lot of character in there. I'm not sure if he's meant to be a bit humorous or taken seriously, but to me he looks a little bit funny. The eyes with the dots painted into the pupils, that's pretty cool. Translucent horn, I think it's glued on. Feels quite hard plastic, so if you dropped it on that horn I'm pretty sure it would snap off. It's not any kind of soft rubber. Nice texturing on the back there, very deep ridges. A flexible tail. It doesn't hold its position, so I don't think there's any wire in there. Let me see if I bend it up like that. Oh no, it does hold a bit of position, so there must be at least some wire in there. I didn't see any little holes through it, so those air release holes, so I had guessed it wasn't, but it does seem to do that. It's pretty ugly the way that it attaches under here. You can see it's got a Revoltech joint in there, and as with all Revoltechs, the worst thing about them are the Revoltech joints, which is a real pity. Why don't they just give it up? And to emphasize that, look at the floppiness of this head. Pull this off to give you a better look. You can see that there's a Revoltech joint in here which has no stiffness to it. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's a defective joint. I'm sure I could get one from somewhere else that maybe could replace that, but that came out of the box like that, which is a little bit weak. I'm only going to be putting it on display, so I don't care too much about it, but it does limit it somewhat. It's also got this joint in and out here. I don't know what holds that on. I haven't pulled it off yet. I'm hoping that's not another Revoltech joint. Simple swinging friction joint with a pin through it at the elbow. And I'm not sure what holds these shoulders on. They seem to have a pretty good range and it doesn't seem to be breaking, so I don't think they're Revoltech joints either. Now I can hear the Revoltech joint at the hip and at the knee. So I guess that's how they're really meant to work, not like that neck. That's pretty cool. Now let's just do a 360 of him so we can see all those details. It is pretty cool, and if we weren't living in a world where S.H.Monsterarts had done so much already, then this would be actually quite awesome. But in the world we're living now, I'm just really waiting for better versions of guys like this, and Baragon didn't seem like he's coming anytime soon. He's about 10 or 11 centimeters tall, which is pretty short, but he does go well with maybe the S.H.Monsterarts 60s Godzilla, which it turns out I can't find anywhere. I've done something with it. So here's a size comparison of King Ghidorah next to Baragon. Now, I wish I had the Angurius of the Revoltech, because I think he's about the same size, and I really want one of those in my collection, much more than I wanted Baragon, but unfortunately he's about $100, so I won't be getting that anytime soon. But, I mean, I do like that scale, and I know Revoltech also make a Gigan, an old Showa Gigan. I would love a Gigan as well, but again, I'm not prepared to pay $100 for a Revoltech. But I think that Gigan at this size would not be right for me. So I'm not sure if Gigan's the same size as this Baragon, but for him I feel that it wouldn't be quite big enough. But I like these two together. They do seem to fit quite nicely on my shelf. I might leave him out next to King Ghidorah there. Here he is next to my Burning Godzilla from S.H.Monsterarts, which is currently my favourite iteration of Monsterarts Godzilla, at least until the plain junior, senior, whatever you want to call it, version comes out, which is this guy but all grey. But he is seriously overmatched next to Burning Godzilla. As a quick side note, I've just ordered the X Plus Gigantic Series Burning Godzilla, which is probably the biggest Godzilla I will have in my entire collection, so I can't wait to review that. I was just about to say my final thoughts, and I looked up, and right above my head there was Showa S.H.Monsterarts Godzilla. So here we've got a size comparison between these two, and as I said, they look not too far off. I don't like very much the Showa S.H.Monsterarts. That's probably why he was in a bad spot, but they do look okay together. A little bit wonky each. They can be buddies. No one else will have them, so they have to hang out together. My final thoughts: if you can get Baragon shipped for $30 to $35, buy him, because he's worth that. If it costs you anything else, just give it a pass, because we'll probably see a better version of this from someone at some time in the future. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not top tier, but it's a decent thing to look at and just put in any kaiju lineup on your shelf. This has been my video review for Revoltech Baragon. I'm Odeean. Thank you for watching.